Okay, guys. So another question that we keep getting asked in our life in at home, since people think, oh, these guys are stock market people, and whenever they see our faces or hear our voice or anything, they ask that, अरे कौन से फंड में पैसा डालना चाहिए? Should I invest now in mutual funds? अरे मेरा SIP चल रहा है यार, SIP चालू रखूं क्या
क्या
मैं?
करूँ? करेक्ट
Yeah,
करेक्ट एंड दे आस्क अरे भाई म्यूचुअल फंड अभी भी सही है क्या?
correct, correct. So
करेक्ट.
all those questions are there. Okay, mutual fund sahi hai. In fact, that WhatsApp meme also came where one guy is searching के वो किधर गया किधर वो बंदा जो बोल रहा था mutual fund सही
पिच पे
है.
टिके रहो. Now,
बैट
one more
बैट
thing
लेके आ गए.
happened.
Where is that guy gone?
So one more observation, Janak. Few of the people around, they are thinking of stopping their SIP,
Yeah,
terminating their
yeah.
SIP. Yes, at this
Again,
point.
psychologically, that is a fear factor. Okay, that now
Yes,
that fear has crept into them, where the same guys who used to buy on dips, okay,
correct.
now they are saying कि यार मेरा तो SIP एक साल से चल रहा है. I've been having an SIP since a year. Should I continue it now or should I hold on? Will it fall further and I buy it then, or what do I do?
Earlier,
So
go ahead.
this go to the next slide. So that statement which is there on your TV, okay, mutual funds sahi hai. It comes with those words down that is subject to market risk, and exactly वही हो गया. Market ने लगा दी.
Correct. So, and one more thing that earlier, all these guys they were planning for 6, 6, 7, 7 years SI scheme. That means they were thinking of doing SIP for 3 years and then liquidating after 2 years. The 5 year plan was there.
Correct.
So now suddenly they are halting in between, whereas they are getting, I think, we don't know what will happen to economy. Numbers will come in 1 2 weeks, everything will clear out. But if you
Correct.
think from the SIP's perspective and averaging perspective, then these are the best rates which they can get. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. In the long run, if you should not stop your SIP right now. It would be the dumbest thing to do.
SIP, not full-fledged thing we are talking
Yeah,
about.
SIP. Okay, and if you're having the enough resources, also you can increase your SIP amount right now. That also makes
Hmm.
sense since we are at 5 year lows and all that stuff in the market.
And having said that, don't increase your percentage of mutual fund in the entire kitty of assets. Don't increase that.
Yeah, we'll get to that because of
That's
that
my perspective.
special.
My
Uh,
perspective.
no, that's because of the special allocation that you need to make for gold.
Perfect. Correct.
We
Correct.
have not spoken that today, and that is something that we cannot understate. Okay,
Hmm. Hmm.
if the whole world is giving QE, if all our currencies are gonna go down or something, at least for now it seems that way. So then, what makes sense to buy?
Yes.
Gold is
And
definitely a safe haven.
correct. And start your SIP of gold.
Gold also, there are gold ETFs in the market, or you can go and buy a gold fund which invests in gold ETF. उसमें SIP
Correct.
हो जाता है. Or you
Correct.
go to the jeweler and buy gold coin every month, buy 1 gram or 2 gram or
10
whatever
gram or
you
whatever
want,
that is. Hmm.
and keep it in your house. Give it to your wife, mom, anyone. They will keep it safely. You don't need to bother only.
Mm-hmm. And
Uh,
that is must for everyone.
hmm. It's a must. So that is like the main investment that we tell people that go buy gold, forget about everything means okay, oh, it's at 40,000. Forget about those things. Just buy it to safeguard your own portfolio
Correct.
and
And
buy it
people
every month in SIP form
correct.
or
And people sorry, go ahead, go ahead.
stagnated form that way. Yeah, go on.
Correct. Correct. So people they look for FDs. Now they want safe havens. They are looking for FDs, good FDs to invest in. But if you look at interest rate trend, even FDs are not giving that much returns nowadays, correct? And why we are telling you to invest in gold? If your expectation is about that 4, 5, 6 percentage points, gold will easily, in next 5 years, if
It's
you
gonna
take
out.
aggregate CHER, gold will easily surpass that number, and it will be a safe haven. Okay, your money will, in the worst case scenario of economy of world, gold will not make you lose money and will give you that CAGR in 5 years.
Right, right. So, with that out of the way, let's take a view on these mutual funds.
Correct.
Large cap stocks have taken a major beating. We have had a detailed discussion on large cap stocks,
Correct.
and large cap funds are basically the companies which are going to get bailout first, and they are going to be the ones that recover first also. So, large cap funds you have to have in your portfolio. Okay, maybe buy a fund which has top 100 stocks, CNX 100 benchmark funds, like funds with that as a benchmark,
Hmm.
and buy
Hmm.
those funds. Okay, because uh, they are going to recover first, and they will probably give you a similar return to as that of what Nifty gives you. Okay.
Correct. And yes, perfect, perfect. Because first, which companies are going to get bailout or stimulus are those companies which are big and which are providing large employments.
Hmm.
Correct. These
Hmm.
companies are going to get money from whatever direction, from loan, from stimulus, bailout, and whatever you may say. Hence, first tab should be on the large cap stocks.
Correct. Okay, so large cap funds, SIP, don't even think of stopping it. If you want, increase your SIP in them. Okay, and top 100 funds are good funds to look at.
Correct.
Secondly, small cap funds. Now, small cap funds may there are two things that are there. People who have already have an existing SIP. If you do, don't stop it now. Continue it. Okay, but don't add more money in it. Whatever SIP is going on, let it go on. If you want to add more money in your SIP, go for large cap. Simple,
Correct.
quicker
Correct.
it.
Correct.
Why? Because these small caps ka, Rahul, I want to show a chart. So
Yeah. Yeah.
if so, this is your Nifty small cap 100 and Nifty small cap 250. Okay. Now this has taken a horrible beating. Okay. Since wait, let me show small cap 100 because it has a greater history. One moment.
Show it in the different software if you want.
No, it's there. It's here. You can probably see this now. Okay.
Hmm.
This is the monthly chart. So if you were to see this
Corona fall.
segment, okay, this segment has given you insane amount of returns in the past. From 2016, 1st March, means March 2016 to Jan 2018, it has gone up from 4200 to highs of 9600. Okay, in 2 years. So this is the kind of returns that this thing tends to give you. Okay, now from there it has already crashed to lower levels. It's crashed to 3500 levels. Okay, and these companies are badly battered
Hmm.
since 2018 February. So we are in 2020. 2 years have gone. 24 months have gone. You have you have actually, if you have an SIP in this ongoing, or if you're planning to start one now, it's not a bad idea to start it now also, because eventually, firstly, this will give you a mild performance. Okay, but once the economy comes back on track, this is going to give you that additional alpha. This is what is going to make your portfolio outperform once the economy is chugging along fine.
Now, when economy is going to be full-fledged, that we need to see. But by that time, you are doing SIP, so no harm.
Yeah, so for if you have a position where you can place a long-term bet, okay, then go for the small cap. It will outperform your Nifty and all. at least for a certain set of years, and then you can consider exiting at that time.
And when we say long term, and that means it comes 3 to 4
5 years at
years.
least.
Correct, because one entire economic cycle has to be there. That
Has
is
to
long
be there.
term.
Has to be there. Yeah.
Yes,
So this was about small cap, and then finally we wanted to speak a little bit about debt funds. Okay. Um,
correct,
Now, people normally the reaction of people is what, that if the market is bad, they'll not go in equity, they'll go in debt
perfect.
funds. This is a normal conventional textbook knowledge, but now debt funds have imploded owing to companies which have actually not been servicing their debt correctly.
Correct. So,
And
uh,
high debt companies now are going to be in a major soup.
correct. So,
So, yes, go on.
I don't think corporate bond market, I where you are going, which company you are going to select. As it is, entire thing is in a slowdown, and there was a cash crunch. So, if you want to take corporate bonds, then you have to look at history. There has to be nice history and uh, good cash flows in the company. Then only you will look at corporate bond market. Otherwise, we have seen examples of DHFL giving 11, 11, 12% returns, and those bond holders now are in the soup completely. Correct. So
Yeah,
I don't
correct.
think corporate bond market is a right choice at
Correct.
this point.
Also, the for that reason, when you are investing in a debt fund, you will have to do some heavy amount of research and
Hmm.
then invest in it. And this
Correct.
is the GSEC chart out here. You can see that the yield is very low right now. That
Yield
means
is at. Hmm.
these bonds are already very high.
Correct. Correct.
So again,
So again, what will be your perspective? That's the issue. Correct.
yeah,
Interest
from a
rates are
return
going
perspective,
down.
you won't get.
Yes. So think about this. Now, if you see repo rate is near our 10-year low. Okay,
Hmm,
it's at 4%.
hmm.
Now, if we are repo rate, will it go below this point? That's the question. Now, in a in a logical answer is, in a worst case situation, it will go beyond this. Anything can
Correct.
happen.
So for
Correct.
that,
US.
for short term duration, you will find this fund going higher, maybe
Hmm.
in the short term.
In the short term. But the point is, if RBI is going to reduce repo rate below 4, or it will bring to 3, if it is going to bring at 3, 2, think about the economic situation of our country. And will you will you be comfortable to buy such a bond? Getting my point? That is what we are trying to put forward.
Correct.
Currently, at this point, you should not go for bonds as of now.
Yeah, only in that situation where our GDP is expected to go really negative and the rates are expected to go lower from here is when you can consider buying this bond, that too for a short duration of 6 to 9 months or something like that.
And Janak,
That's
that is
it.
a trader's work. That is not a mutual fund related stuff for
Yeah, correct.
retailers. Correct.
Correct. Yeah.
Correct. Because let's discuss what's happening in the US. In the
Hmm.
US, when stock market started falling, everyone went to bond.
Hmm.
Everyone went to bond market.
Hmm.
So those who were invested in bonds, they earned tremendous amount of returns in last 2 months. Okay, huge returns, and their
Hmm.
bond markets were at lifetime high. Okay, now
Hmm.
the question is, even that market is started falling, and there are few chatters that there were no bids in their government bond market. The liquidity is drying up in the government bond market.
Correct.
So
And
what they are telling us, if there will be very few amount of buyers on that side,
which
then
is why
what
the
will happen
central
to,
banks are buying, no?
this is why the central banks are buying. So the point being, at this point, Indian bond market for retailers and especially mutual fund debt schemes are not there at the investable point.
Correct. At least from our perspective.
Our perspective, wait for 3 months, 6 months. If we are getting V-shaped recovery, at that point you can decide whether you want to have that fixed amount of return per year.
Right.
And this is
So,
our opinion.
yeah, so I think this was our take pertaining to mutual funds. And
Perfect.
mutual
Gold.
funds सही है या नहीं, that answer is that सही तो है. लेकिन these fund managers, what they say is that since they are long only fund managers, they do not sit on cash, so they do not exit at the right time. It is the imperative of the investor to enter in and exit at a right time, or start having an SIP when the market is crashing, okay, or market is at multi-year lows. And when
But
the market goes to multi-year highs, you have a systematic withdrawal plan.
mm.
That's how you play this game, because the fund managers are not going to exit. They, like fools, entered into HDFC even at that
Billion
six and
wale
half
day.
lakh,
Hmm.
6.5 trillion ka market cap
Correct.
rupees.
So one more point is that, but mutual funds are allowed to hedge. So what was their action in that aspect? We don't know,
No,
but they
but
are allowed to hedge.
it didn't translate in the NAV. They don't hedge. At least NAVs are to royally down.
At least we are not looking at hedge money in the NAV. Let's
Yeah,
say that.
वो conspiracy zone में आ गया.
I don't know.
We-
We
uh,
really don't know what is there. Actually, they will tell us, or if we can get the information, what is the
yeah,
actual sense. We don't know. We really don't know.
yeah.
I would like to know the situation, what they do with the hedging thing, and how they. I don't know actually. It's a very bad way to end the session. But guys,
That's because we have
gold is the
heard
perfect
weird
one.
stuff about that. So, anyways,
Yes. Yes.
so
Anyway,
let's end on a positive note, though.
yes, sir.
So, if you want to invest large cap, first priority, small cap, second priority. If your SIPs are going on, let them continue. And if you want to increase your SIPs, go in large cap. But above all of that, there is gold. Gold is not old. Okay. So,
Okay, guys. See you. Good
see
night.
you guys. If you have any comments or any stuff you want to add or discuss, again, the comment section is open to you. I hope we have given you enough to think about for the next few days of your quarantine at home. And yes, we'll see you. Bye, guys.